Hello everybody, Rockstar Games just added the Clucking raid into GTA Online. In this video I'm going to show you how you can complete all of the setups for that heist. There's 5 setups. They're not the usual kind of setups, they're sort of like missions that go into setups. You can do it in 1 player or 4 players. In this video I'm going to be doing it as 1 player on hard. I won't die in any of the missions, so let's get right into it. It's going to be a very quick video. I'm going to be going through all the setups. I'm just wasting your time now by talking, so if you like this video please subscribe. If you don't. I'll also timestamp all of the setups in the description, and it should be on YouTube too, so if you're looking for a specific mission, look at the timestamps and that should help you out with that. So the first mission is Slush Fund. In this mission what you're going to need to do is head to 2 locations, A and B. They're both money laundering businesses. If you know the locations, I'm pretty sure they're the same as the counterfeit business locations. Upon getting to them, you'll have to kill some enemies, and then once you've killed the enemies, you can head inside the building. Heading inside the building, you'll be met with a couple enemies shooting at you. Once you've killed them, start taking money out of the washing machine. I think once you start taking money, an enemy will spawn near you. Don't worry about him, he won't actually shoot you until you finish taking the money, so you don't have to worry about taking damage whilst taking money. Then once you've killed him and taken all the money, head outside the building and there'll be a few more enemies waiting for you. Once you've done that, you can head over to the other location. Depending on which location you've gone to, the shoulders make a difference for aiming around guns. So this one's probably slightly harder because you don't see around the corners so easily. But as you can see, this guy actually walked straight up to me and he's just not shooting me. What happened with the other place was the window was like facing the enemy, so when I came out of taking the money, he was shooting the window and it wasn't damaging me. Strangely, I punched him with my AR and then finished him off, and then took the rest of the money and then headed out the building. Once you head out the building, it's going to then tell you to take it back to the lockup, and then you've completed the mission there as well. So just be a little bit careful with the enemies, and then you should be good just to take it back to the lockup and complete the mission. You don't actually get any money for this mission because the money you're stealing is money for the heist, so there's no setup cost, you just steal the money. It's kind of an interesting way of doing it, and I kind of like it. But for mission 2, breaking and entering, what you're going to need to do is head over to a terabyte or a laptop. You can choose. What I did was I went to the terabyte first, and upon finding it, there'll be a bunch of drones coming out of the roof, and you just got to shoot them. I just stood there with the minigun for some reason because they were just literally coming out of the roof. There was no other spawn location. I guess it makes sense, but from a design point, I'm not really sure if there's a point of bringing us this many drones. Just literally sat here with the minigun shooting them as they spawned. You can probably use the EMP grenade launcher or something else, but the minigun just seemed quite reliable. As you can see, I'm also taking quite a bit of damage. So once you've taken out the drones, you can head inside the terabyte, pick up the hacking device, and then leave the terabyte. Then you're going to need to head over to the laptop location. You're going to be looking for a guy. For me, it was a guy in a blue shirt. You can see in the text that Vincent sent you what the guy looks like. Once you've located him, the laptop should be nearby, and then you can just run off. As you can see, he got aggroed just from me running off, so I tried tasering him, but missed, so I just left him, and after leaving him, it did nothing. Upon getting the laptop and leaving the area, though, you'll then have to go to a cartel place where you're going to have to find the train key. So be very careful and kill all these guys. It doesn't matter if they get alerted to where you are or anything. It's not going to mess anything up, other than the fact they're all going to be shooting at you and you have to kill them. Once you kill a certain enemy, he'll drop the train key and you can head over to the train. Once you get near the side of the driving train, just hit the button to enter a vehicle, and now you're able to drive a train, which is pretty sick for the first time in GTA Online. Unfortunately, I don't think this is a free mode, but you never know, they may add it in the future. Then just literally hold the accelerate button down the whole time and you'll enter these red circles on the minimap. Then you're just going to have to press right on the D-pad. I'm not sure what it is on keyboard and mouse, but it will pop up for you, and then just make sure you begin those hacks as soon as you enter the circles. You pretty much don't have to worry about enemies, but you can't snack up using L1 with the weapon wheel. So what you're going to have to do if you want to stack up is actually do it the old-fashioned way and go into your interaction menu and heal up that way. But it's not too hard. I didn't actually end up stacking at all for the whole mission. I only killed a few guys from the guns. If they're on the train track, the train just ran out of the way. And that is the second mission completed. It's a pretty good payout, I think. Now for the third mission, it is concealed weapons. What you're going to be doing in this setup is stealing weapons that we're going to be using in the Clucking heist. It gives you 3 locations to go to, and he will text you a picture of the weapons. I didn't actually look at this when I did it the first time. I headed to A, and he ended up telling me as I was doing it that the guys here aren't that equipped. So I literally pulled up in the car, got out, got back in, and drove off and went to another one. I went to B. I'd recommend going to B if you want to do it in stealth, because it seems like they are the professionals, so like more like the stealthy loadout. C seems to be military, so it's going to be heavier guns for going loud. I nearly had a Sopranos style death because once you go to each location, they'll send a certain type of enemy after you. I drove down the alleyway, they followed me. I literally couldn't get out unless I killed them, and they were pretty much going to kill me, so Tony Soprano sends his regards. Got out of there, got on the jet ski, and headed over to the yacht to get the gear. So as I was saying, each location has 2 things. You can steal the weapons from one and then steal the gear from the other if you wanted to. I'm just going to steal both of them from this guy as I want like the professional's gun and gear. In fact, the gear really doesn't matter. You probably want to get the gear from the lower equipped guys because they'll be lighter armor, so you'll be able to move faster, as in like each of the 3 enemy types have different tiers of gear. So the armor will be slower for the heavy guys. If you're doing this approach loud, then probably go for them. If you're doing it stealthy, go for these 2 guys, A and B. It really doesn't make much sense why they've got the little guy. It's unfortunate that like, the stealth guys don't have the lighter armor and the weirder guys have like a medium armor. I don't really know. But yeah, once you do that, they'll be chasing you with a helicopter. I went back and realised that you can only carry 1 bag at a time, so then I had to go deliver it to Vincent's lockup, and then head back to the other location, as I did all 3 in this heist, just to see what would happen if, like, what would happen with the weapons. And what happens is you can actually choose which weapons you use when you go into the heist. I didn't end up changing, so if you're doing this, literally just go for the one you want. I'd recommend B if you're doing stealth. I'd recommend C if you're doing loud. And you may want to pick up the armor for the first one. I think I've already said that, but I think I was just making it a little bit clearer. And then you want to head back to Vincent's lockup and you're done. You just have to text him and then confirm which ones you want to choose. So for weapons, you can choose whatever. I chose military because I wanted the AP pistol and it wasn't even suppressed. So I ended up with a suppressed combat shotgun and I didn't change. So I should have changed, but it doesn't really matter. Just choose a professional if you want suppressor, I think. And that's the mission completed. Also, if I'm talking too quickly, you can put the video playback on a slower speed. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. For the next one, I learnt my lesson. It's the getaway vehicle. I looked at all the pictures and I went for target B because I wanted the black sort of stealth looking car. I don't really know, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. The exit is kind of cramped, so you do want a fast car, quite like a good handling car. I think this one's pretty good. I didn't actually give much of the others a look, but I think C is like a military, more armoured vehicle. Not weaponised, unfortunately, but it would be more armoured. And the other guys would be like a muscle car. I'm guessing this one might have bulletproof tyres, so probably just recommend go for this one if you want to do it. Once you steal the car, you're going to need to go to a pay and spray. It does tell you on the waypoint which one to go to. You might as well go to this one as it's right next to where you need to deliver it. And then when you deliver it, you'll have to text him again and confirm the one you want. It's a pretty easy mission, to be fair, as the car's pretty good. So once you've just stolen it, then you can just go. And that's it. That's all. This mission completed. Although once you've texted him, you do have to leave and then get in the car that's right next to him and then just leave the area. For me, it was like bugging out, so it didn't let me enter it. For a minute, I thought I wouldn't be able to, but upon trying a little bit longer, I did actually manage to enter the vehicle and I just drove off. Now for the final setup, disorganized crime, this one's going to make the most difference to how your Clucking Bell raid heist turns out. So what you need to do is head to the yellow waypoint and 2 vans will appear. You need to hack them and stay close to them, similar to the Doomsday heist. I keep saying Doomsday, but yeah, no, it is Doomsday with the Deluxos. Once you kill them after hacking them, they'll drop some gear and you can pick up the outfit for the Clucking Bell, which will make the next bit for this bit easier. It's not for the finale heist, it's for it's within the setup. So once you've taken up the second van, it will then tell you good to go to their like headquarters sort of place to delay their approach for the final heist. And you have 2 options now. You can either complete this sequence in stealth or loud. If you want to do the finale in stealth, you need to complete this in stealth. If you want to complete the finale in loud, you need to do this loud. So just keep that in mind. So there'll be a bunch of enemies with vision cones. As you can see, I just killed the 2 guys and then busted this engine up. I then killed that guy and busted this engine up. And as you can see, there's 2 guys that actually walk around on a route. So there's going to be a guy that crosses over this way and he'll be stopped behind those boxes. So just kill him. And then the guy that stood still and then the guy in the office. And if you look to my left here, you can see a guy walking to his left. I'm just going to take him out when he's the furthest way away from his route, because I did actually kill the guy in the office and the guy next to him. And then the guy walking saw the body. So just make sure you're not going to kill anyone in line of sight. If you can, grab a drill. There should be a few drills scattered around. There are probably like 4 locations for 4 players. The red cones mean they'll notice you if you walk in. The blue cones mean they won't notice you straight away if you walk in, if you're wearing the Clucking Bell outfit. I don't know why I said that. So if you want to pick up the disguise, so that'll make this bit a lot easier. Once you kill everyone, then you can start drilling. Upon drilling, more enemies will spawn. This is where I actually got detected, but it doesn't matter because upon getting detected, you'll get a time to take out the witnesses, and if you can complete that, then you will be okay to complete the heist in stealth. As you can see, once I killed the guy last, so like, it didn't alert everyone, if that makes sense. Killing that guy alerted 1 guy, and I killed the guy that got alerted, and it was safe. And then the last guy that spawned wasn't alerted, which is a really cool way. I really wish they did this for more heists rather than just like alerting everyone. And then I just made my way to the CCTV room and turned off the CCTV, and then went back to the lockboxes and opened the lockboxes until you find the key card. You'll see me guy like grab it, and it will come up in the bottom saying you stole the key card. And once you've done that, then just go back and bust the rest of the Bentons up. And once you've done that, you can then leave. I'm not sure what this looks like loud, because now that we're leaving, we're going to be stealing a vehicle that will help us in stealth. I'm sure loud will just mean that you literally just drive off if you can. But if you're doing it in stealth and you know you've successfully completed it in stealth, you'll be asked to steal the flatbed, as this is our entry point to the finale heist, which will be a video coming up in a moment, as I'm just working on it now. But thank you for watching. Hopefully I've helped you with the setups, and I'll see you later. If I've talked too fast, I'm sorry.